Okay, so in this video I'm just going to show you how to use the Livescribe desktop, which is the accompanying software with the Livescribe Echo Smart Pen. And basically what you do is you connect up the pen using the micro USB as outlined in the previous video. And I have the software configured so it automatically opens as soon as the pen is connected. It automatically checks for updates. You get this pop-up, which is relatively recent. Just ignore that. And as I said, it's checking for updates. It's found the Smart Pen. It's transferring the notes. So if you're using this for a full day, then it might take several minutes to transfer all of the notes to the software. Now, it is important to transfer all of the software because if you have an issue to the computer, because if you have an issue with the pen, and the life expectancy of the pens, in my opinion, are about 3 years. Wear and tear, they go after that. It's important, as I said, to transfer all of the notes on a regular basis, on a daily basis, onto the Livescribe desktop. So when it's transferred, you will see on the left-hand side there the Active Notebooks. So the book that I've used in the previous video is Active Notebook 2, and that's the red colored book. And there we can see conversely the Active Notebook 2. So if I click on that, and here are all of the notes that are on that book. So if I scroll down there to the last page that I worked on in the previous video, here we are. And if I want to zoom in, I press the zoom in button. And if I want to listen back to the notes again, I just simply tap anywhere on the notes. And writing nice and clearly and listening for keywords as you're writing. And if you can keep the legibility of the writing quite good as well. And I press pause, and that is basically it. So if I just go back over here then to go into the actual book itself again, one of the other nice features of this tool is the ability to search for keywords in the actual books. So if I want to go up here, and let's assume at the end of the term, there's an exam, and the lecturer states, well, subject topic X, Y, or Z is going to appear. You can type into your notes in the Livescribe Echo software anywhere where you typed that keyword, and it will pop up. So if I want to type in, for instance, dragon, here it gives a list of everywhere in my notes, so where that word dragon was written. Here we are. So with the list here, you can right click and then create a custom notebook. So for instance, you could select all of those notes that have the keyword, right click it and call it Dragon Revision Notes. So it really does reduce down the time it takes for revision. Again, it's dependent on the legibility of the writing. I have seen it to be quite impressive even with writing that is poor. And that is that aspect. The other thing I want to go over is the ability to set it up initially. So when you set it up initially, I would recommend you go to Echo Tools, Echo Desktop Settings, and then click on General, Auto Launch Echo Desktop when Smart Pen is connected. Okay. And the other aspect then is when you're finished your term or your core, your module, your year, and what I would recommend you do on a regular basis is to archive the notes or export the notes. So to export the notes, you right click the actual book and you press share. This is to share the notes externally. And you press share to a computer. Just wait a few seconds. You get options there. So you're going to do notes and audio, Livescribe PDF, and press continue, and then save it to the desktop or save it to your computer. After that, then I would recommend that you save it off the computer. So if there is a difficulty with the computer crashing, you have a backup. Now, in terms of my own experience with the Livescribe PDF, if there is a difficulty with that, I would recommend that you follow up with Livescribe. The Livescribe company, the support there is quite good, and they'll give you an overview of that. In terms of using it with the Mac, the latest version of the Mac, I believe we're in November 2022 now, so it's incompatible with the software, so just bear that in mind. And the other aspect then is if the actual pen begins to get too full or is full up, you right click and you archive the notebook, so that frees up a substantial amount of space on the actual pen itself. Now, what are the consequences of that? Well, the consequences is that you can no longer tap on the actual physical book with the pen, but you can navigate in the software on the computer. And that is a core overview of the Livescribe desktop. Just to summarize, you just connect up the pen. It automatically should load if you have it configured in Tools. And you just click on the book. It'll be up here on the side. You go through and you see the pages. Now, as well as that, just before I go, if pages 97, 96, 98 are one class, you keep the control on Windows. You keep the control button held down, and you just identify those. Then you right-click and add to custom notebook. So, for instance, that might be some subject, French. So you could add custom notebook, French course. I could write in the module, and then at 103, 104, and so forth. Add to custom notebook, create a separate custom notebook, that could be for geography, etc., etc. That is the end of this video tutorial, and thank you for watching.